It's the last leg of the midweek daily rundown on Channel 7. I'm Dan Morfitt, and even I don't know what's going to happen next, because it's time to look at some of the more unusual stories that have been making the news. If it's more unusual than what's been happening in this studio during the last advert.
I thought you were going to say you don't know what you're doing.
Well, I don't, because you've been taking photos of your eyeball. It's been very strange.
I've got lovely eyeballs.
Now, we're going to look at some strange and unusual stories now. If they're a load of tuts, we can blame producer Jack. Now, on Monday, Olympic divers Tom Daley and David Goodfellow won bronze for Britain. But the front pages did not reflect that. Most yesterday's newspapers actually just used photos of Tom Daley and completely cropped the Goodfellow out, even referring to Goodfellow as Daley's diving buddy and not a man who also won a medal. Now, is this a huge kick to his confidence?
Yeah. What a nasty thing to do.
Is this a huge kick to his confidence?
It's insulting. He was literally airbrushed out of some of the photos and chopped off on one side.
Do you know what's even worse? His name's not David Goodfellow, and neither of you have picked up on that. It's Dan. His name is Dan Goodfellow.
Yeah.
I've not been following this story, so, but I think it's bad. I've just read it on the auto cue. It's bad if it's true.
But I said David Goodfellow, and neither of you picked up on that.
Well,
really
I guess that
diver.
just reflects public opinion that we all know who Tess Daly is, but we don't know
I thought
who.
It was Tim Daly.
Tom Daley and Dan Goodfellow won bronze for synchronised falling over.
Tess Goodfellow and Tom.
He makes pizzas.
And Dan Daly.
Dan Dare.
Okay, now the question is, why did they just want to have a story about Tom Daley?
Because he's a sexy man, and we all like that sexy man.
He's a sexy man.
And it's like, oh, well, the other guy's not as sexy as,
he's sexy.
as Dan
The
Daly.
other man was sexier, but more to the point, I think that Tom Daley was a known man.
Is it because he's younger?
He was a known man.
It's not
At one
that.
point, he wasn't a known man. I remember.
The journalists are being lazy. They want to make a story from a name that's already known, and that gets your heart
It has been a weird Olympics, though, because Helen Skelton, the BBC presenter, some newspapers keep going every day, oh, she's wearing a short skirt. Oh, look at her today. She's showing her arms. It's like, it's 2016.
Yeah.
Why don't we...
It's 32 degrees outside.
Yeah. Oh my God, she's wearing a short skirt.
As little as possible.
There is that.
But yeah, Dan Goodfellow.
Dan Goodfellow. Let's give him his
Done
dues.
very well. Yay!
Is a good fellow who did well,
Absolutely
and he should.
brilliant.
Round of applause now for Dan Goodfellow.
A lot of training.
Right, let's move on to our next story. Dog lovers, rejoice! A genius has invented a device that allows dogs to take selfies.
That's not a good thing.
What?
Oh, I like it. That's so cool. Can I capture it?
The device works by the dog pressing a button attached to a webcam, which then forwards you the picture to your phone.
Oh my God.
That's so sweet.
No, selfies have gone too far now. Dog selfies.
Do you want to know how cats do it? They go.
Oh.
I've seen it in Facebook.
They take selfies with swiping. I have a dog. I wouldn't want that dog to be taking photographs of itself. I'm not interested. It's an ugly mutt.
But it's free. It does no harm.
Oh.
They're so cute.
I used to work in an office where the boss had like a webcam which she'd always log on to just to look at the dog during the day to make sure the dog was okay.
Oh, that's
Now,
weird.
Imagine that it's not just her, it's a two-way thing. So she's doing that and the dog's going, I need kibble. And she's like, well, I'm not coming.
He's the type of man that will buy the selfie machine for his dog.
She.
Cycling machine.
Selfie machine.
Oh,
Selfie.
right. What? The dog was cycling?
We're talking about selfies, dear.
It's only going to be cycling around in the Twitter sphere when it's got its own tweet account and every time. That will happen, by the way.
I think
if this
we should
is
have a
if this is
phone
a thing
for every cat and for every dog.
Why?
Right? It'll boost demand.
Well, yeah.
Economic growth.
There's a Green Party candidate here extolling the virtues of animals having mobile phones for growth in the economy.
Yeah.
You don't expect that, do you? What is going on? Right, looking at our next story now. Police have responded to reports of a gunman wandering the streets of Canada, but they found an unusual suspect. Police found a life-sized cutout of the Terminator holding a gun. He'd been dealt with for now, but I've got a feeling he'll be back.
Oh, that was a bad miss.
Did producer Jack write that?
I don't know.
Because I'm not taking responsibility for the paucity of that joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Good. I think it's cool.
I'm actually getting told in my ear right now, producer
I
Jack
could be
did
scared
write
by
this.
a cutout, but I used to, you know when we had Spitting Image, right? And sometimes they had the cutouts in the studio, and then I tried to go to the studio and I asked them for the cutouts. I said, well, since Spitting Image is finished, can I just have those cutouts, like the Queen, you know?
You
and
mean the big
Prince
rubber
Philip.
heads?
Yeah, there was the rubber heads, but there was also some full-size bodies that they used to just place in the studio and then tell these hilarious jokes. Oh, it was so good.
Full
But
size.
they wouldn't give me the cutouts.
No, because I'm
They
guessing
said they're
that.
really valuable
Yeah, no,
props. Like
exactly.
they'll go in, I don't know, Madame Tussauds studio or something. So, and I'm nobody. So I was just, wanting to be funny.
Good for trying, but to be fair, if you see a man with a gun, I guess that needs to be investigated, even if it happens to end up being
Cardboard.
a cardboard cutout. Now, a lot of us know what the ex-governor of California looked like, but maybe somebody in Toronto or wherever this was in Canada doesn't.
Yeah.
Do you think Trump carries a gun?
No. He
No.
has small hands, he can't get the whole...
Yeah.
He has big
He'd
hands.
never be
He
able to get to
told
the
you
trigger,
that.
would he? Because
No.
he's like tiny hands. Or it could be just a tiny gun. We don't know. Right, let's move on to our next story. Now, athletes' pre-game rituals are known to be a bit strange, but Canadian swimmer Santo Condarelli has a very peculiar one. He gives his father the middle finger before every competition.
I've seen this!
And it was his dad's idea. When the swimmer was younger, his dad says, you've got to say fudge everyone else. Fudge, of course, is not the word. You've got to say fudge.
Fudge.
Everyone else. What do we think about this? I'm not going to show the middle finger on live television, but...
No, you're definitely not.
I like
And-
fudge fingers,
and
folks.
be
I
careful.
like fudge fingers. They're good.
Be careful with the other gestures, like that. In some countries, that's considered a very rude
That's-
gesture.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's
That-
very rude. Very rude.
That's
No,
That's rude, yeah.
No.
Underwater,
All
that
you
means
can do is
okay,
that.
but
Yeah.
I think in Italy, that's bad, and that means I can punch you in the arm.
Okay, I got a
What's
theory.
this? What's going on this show tonight?
I've got a theory for why he wants to, give the signal.
It's good though, yeah.
Right?
I like
He
it.
gets his heart rate going.
It's like,
Yeah,
two-
that's right. Yeah, we're going for it.
Yeah, no, but it's good. I like it.
Are
I
we
think it's a good
polite?
symbol of like, yeah, I'm going to do this. You've made me, swim on Sunday mornings, Dad, for like 7 years straight. I hate you lots.
Yeah.
Watch me smash this.
The best thing is, your Edinburgh show, where you're the captain,
Yeah.
a high AJ Hill, that's a little salute that you're doing.
Well,
Yeah, ish.
like this. So apparently, folks, this is what I'm going to be
But with a nautical hat on.
with a nautical hat on, and then I'm going to go diving.
But don't go and see you if...
And do you,
they've got
do you
the
wear a
measles.
little
If you
sailor
wanna
suit and big shoes,
Yeah, a bit.
deck
A bit.
shoes?
I love it at this time of night. The show always gets weird. And it's normally, if Wendy's on, it gets weird because of Wendy. And I think tonight it has been weird.
Yeah, well,
And I like that.
good.
I thought it was you.
Yeah, I thought it was you.
No,
A bit.
never
You
me.
started it.
Yeah.
Right. And finally, for now, a turf war in Lancashire has erupted between a cricket club and a model aircraft club.
Oh my goodness.
The local council is being asked to step in and umpire a decision before the row descends into a dust-up. The turf war started when Plessington Cricket Club in Blackburn had to abandon 2 evening matches because the Blackburn and District Model Aircraft Club were flying planes over the field. What do we make of this? Because I think this is brilliant. I think for a batsman, you've got something to aim.
Yeah, exactly. Let's hit that for 6
Yeah.
and sink their battleships. I think that's a ridiculous analogy, but yeah.
Model airplanes versus cricket. What do you think, Wendy?
Yeah, it's a bit like scissors, paper, glue.
Scissors, paper,
glue.
glue.
Yeah.
What's scissors, paper, glue?
Well, there's scissors, paper, rock, but another good variant on that is scissors, paper, glue.
Please explain.
Yeah, elaborate.
Well, it's kind of obvious, isn't it?
No.
Scissors beats paper, glue ruins scissors, and paper covers glue. So paper wins if you put
No, glue covers
against...
paper.
Yeah,
though.
No,
paper
no,
sticks
no,
to
paper
glue and
wins over
covers
glue.
the glue up.
How did we get onto that?
Or glue.
But I mean, anyway, with the cricket, isn't the big story that England was able to beat Pakistan this week?
Brilliantly at Edgbaston.
I don't care. I'm more interested in this war that's going on between fighter jets and cricket bats.
I'm more interested in that the war between cricketers and model planes should be fought with scissors, paper, glue.
Yeah, well-
Because half of the time, they'd be as baffled by the rules as I am.
Well, surely the glue is that like scissors and paper and glue have been in to make the model airplanes, and then the batsman smashes that model airplane to smithereens.
But that's a good thing because then the model airplane makers can remake their models. Surely that's the win.
Well, I mean, yeah. No.
Can I just ask a question? Because I don't know anything about cricket. Okay, do they watch the ball? Like in baseball, we're taught.
Yes,
Keep your eye on the ball.
Yeah.
The ball goes at about 100 miles an hour.
So then they should be ignoring the planes up in the air. So just let the planes go over them in the air.
Yeah.
I mean, they're high up as well. But, I mean, and if you smash one, surely that's just...
They shouldn't be looking at birds.
I think we've solved all of the world's problems in 90 minutes here on the Daily Rundown. Right, thanks to my guests this evening, Wendy Olsen, thank you very much, and AJ Hill. Also, thanks to Andrew Grantham from Animals Intuition. Always a pleasure having him here. I'm back tomorrow for the last Daily Rundown of the week, but from me, producer Jack, and James in the gallery, and everybody here, it's a very goodbye from us. Goodbye.